What's going on, family? What's going on? What's going on? You watching Sports Talk with B. Watts on this Tuesday night. Only thing I ask that to do, you got to hit the like button. You got to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to Sports Talk with B. Watts. Appreciate it if you do it. If you'd like to continue to support the broadcast in any kind of way, hey, you can cash out, you can super chat, or you can just simply join the membership. Join the membership. Anything that you do to help this broadcast continue to grow will be highly appreciated. Got two of my co-stars tonight. Man, I'm telling you, we got J.R. Boss and we got Uncle Steve. They gonna be on the stage and the mic tonight. And I'm telling you, this probably be one of the best shows of the year. This gonna be one of the best shows of the year. I'm telling you, these two guys, they ought to be on ESPN, Fox Sports 1. What? What? Okay, then. Once again, I got the best chat on YouTube. That comment section, they gonna be lit tonight. I'm telling you, if you're new to the broadcast, get down in the comments. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a show tonight. Well, let's move on. We getting ready to talk about Shedeur Sanders should be QB1 right now. Ain't no need to wait. He should be QB1. You don't start hearing the narrative, don't start changing when you listen to Tony Grossman, when you listen to Mary Kay. They giving you the writing on the wall because that narrative that they push all training camp, all OTAs, all rookie minicamp, it ain't panning out. The supercomputer, how it looking so far? I'm just trying to tell you right now. And they trying to slip it so, oh, gee, they trying to slip it right in front of our eyes that Kevin Stefanski gonna get the credit, and he should get the credit of the development of Shedeur Sanders because they know he's that dog. He's been that dog. Oh, you want Sports Talk to be watching tonight? You gonna get it tonight. Yeah, y'all gonna get that show tonight that you've been hollering about. Want to thank Coach G for joining the membership. Appreciate it. Also, we're going to talk about the Colorado football team. They getting ready for a big-time game against the Utah football team this Saturday. That's a big-time game. Coach Prime them need a win. K-Salt got to be K-Salt. We're going to talk about it tonight. And they kicked off the NBA season tonight. Hey, yes, they did. They got Kevin Durant going up against the World Championship, Oklahoma, and they got the Los Angeles Lakers later on tonight. We talking about it right here on Sports Talk. We'll be watching. Let me bring up J.R. Boxer. Here we go. Oh, man. Look at him. What he got. Oh,
you know what it is.
Man, if I had a knew that, I would never brought him up first, man.
Hey, you know what
Let's go. We got J.R. Boxing. Y'all got to give it up. Let me get my sound effects on. Let me get my drum roll. J.R. Boxing. Put it down in the chat.
You know what it is.
Put it down in the chat. Welcome J.R. to the stage. Let me see it in the chat. J.R. Boxing in the chat. And the one and only, the superstar himself. Man, I'm telling you, Skip Bayless ain't got nothing on him. I'm telling you, Stephen A. Smith ain't got nothing on him. Who he is? Who he with? Who he with? The one and only Uncle Steve. Y'all want him? He is. What's going on?
Hey, it's amazing. He don't have those Texans jerseys on. I see.
What I saw last night.
It seems like he jumped ships, man. It seems like tomorrow to be the Astros. I don't know. Come on, man. What the Texans at? It's football season. Basketball don't start to April. What are we talking about?
What that quarterback looked last night, boy, I thought that was Dillon game out there. Hey, we got to say hello to the chat before we get this thing started. Want to thank Coach G for becoming a member of Sports Talk BWAT. We appreciate you tonight. Michael Lockhart, we see you. Miss Patty Lee, Crystal Wise William, what's going on? Miss Sabrina, we appreciate y'all tonight. Miss Benson Jackson is in the building. We appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. Miss Janet, I see you. Val Green, what it do? What it do, Val Green? Appreciate you. FD is in the building. Patricia Gordon is here. Rhonda is here. That's a new name. I ain't seen that name before. Miss Karen is in the building. Reverend Nelson, what's going on? Make sure y'all hit that like button. Ring my bell, Main 94. I love CC is in the building. MSD is here. Who else we got? Let's see. My dog, she's back. She's back. Miss Kimberly. How you doing, Miss Kimberly? She's in the building. Bam, what's going on? Appreciate y'all tonight. We appreciate y'all tonight. Mac Attack. The Big Mac is here. Miss Carolyn Shepherd, what's going on? Appreciate you tonight. JR saying, what's up, chat? Miss V, what's going on? We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all tonight. Miss Carolyn Shepherd, we see you. Let's get this party started. All right. Miss Dawn, what's going on? I see you. Miss Janet, I see you. We see y'all. We appreciate y'all. All right. And if I miss anyone, hey, appreciate y'all. Simply Ball Dropping. What's going on? Appreciate you tonight, big dog. Here we got DJ H in the building. Miss Ivy is in the building. Kate, what's going on? Appreciate you tonight. Tim Isaac, I see you. Appreciate you. JR.
What up?
Man, what's going on, JR? We got a super chat. Anytime we see a super chat, we got to hurry up and stop and acknowledge for it. Go away, Mr. Emmanuel Johnson, $5 super chat. I got it on my mind. Yeah. We got it on the mind. Appreciate that, big dog. Appreciate that. Look here, JR, Uncle Steve. Let's get this thing started. On the game, Sunday, Dillon Gabriel. It turned out to me, JR, he's not performing like they say he was going to perform during the training camp preseason. Mm-hmm. What happened to the super people?
If you ask me, B-Watts, I think he performing like we thought he was going to perform. I mean, what we call them? Check down Larry, check down Tommy, check down. I mean, look, you called it early, B-Watts. You said, look, I watched him at Oregon. I watched him when he was at Oklahoma. All he did was check the ball down. So he coming into the league and he checking the ball down. So I think he performing how he's supposed to perform, or how at least we expected him to perform. Now I'm not gonna let Kevin Stefanski try to sneak out the back door and say, well, you know, we're not turning the ball over, so that equates to wins. Man, your defense is helping you win. And Quinshon Junkins running for 3 touchdowns helping you win. Because outside of that, Look, if you throw the ball 52 times, you get 200 yards, but then you turn around and throw the ball 18 times, complete 13, and you only get 116 yards or something like that, I think to finish the game with. Look, that's not a winning recipe for football. I've only seen one quarterback recently do that, and that was Jalen Hurts. But you look at Philadelphia defense, they got strong defense. You know what I'm saying? So if we're banking on Cleveland defense to take them to the promised land, yeah, it's gonna be a long season. Gonna be a long season, Uncle Steve.
GR, I think you nailed it, and I'm gonna say hello to everyone. But he is who we thought he was. You know, they picked him in the 3rd round, and they sold y'all. See, they sell y'all stuff, man. They told us how special he was, and if you put that chip in that computer, it just spit out stuff. And what I saw was this one here. I was like, well, if he's so good and he's so smart, why aren't we seeing this on the field? See, it's two different things. When you're smart and you got all of this talent and you got this arm strength and you got this knowledge and you know how to play the game a certain way, we should see it on the field. And the problem was the one who didn't know the playbook, wink, wink, the one who couldn't, line them up correctly, wink, wink. We saw him scoring touchdown. Yeah. But he didn't know nothing. He didn't know nothing. He was told, go throw to the garbage cans. Go over here. We ain't gonna even give you the playbook. We want you to go over there and kick rocks. But it was not until something special happened. Little kids start going over there. Little kids say, because kids know, if you pay attention, you don't get a bill. You don't get a bill. When was the last time you saw a billionaire's kids put a chump's number on their back? They don't do that.
Yeah.
When the last time you saw a billionaire's grandkids, kids with they don't put Trump's names on their back because their name is money. They got billions. But they wearing a guy who was drafted in the 5th round. They wearing it jersey like he Pat Mahomes. So all I'm telling y'all is this one here. The narrative is turning. That as the world turns, the God and light, the young and the rest, the days of our lives, it just goes. Now it's beyond the gates. You know what I'm saying? People who know know. It ain't nothing but a soap opera, baby. The only thing sells is Sanders. See, Sanders sells chicken because that's KFC, but Sanders sells receipts when it comes to getting people clicks. And what they're doing is this one here. B-Boss, I got a question for you. How many people were in that stadium during that game? It was 1/3. It was they said like 30%. Yeah. 30%. Yeah. They say 30%. So you look at all the money that they lost. What I can tell y'all something now. When they announced Shedeur Sanders starting, I bet you they be on TV. And I bet you that place gonna be packed. I got money on it. Anybody in the chat want to bet me? Start with any dollar you want to. We can start from there. If they announce it, if they announce it a week before, it's gonna be filled. And listen to me. That's if they traveling or they at home. But what I'll leave it as this, and I'll stop. Dillon did an excellent job. He did. If you tell somebody go in the kitchen and fix you an egg, and you tell them this is the way I want it, Dillon went in the kitchen and he fixed the egg, and he brought it back to you. He did what you want to. He handed the ball off. Let me put it to you even simpler. How many points in the chat? Please tell me this. How many points did Miami score? People in the chat, put down how many points Miami scored. Okay. People in the chat, put down how many Cleveland's defense scored. Which one is greater?
Cleveland defense.
So it really didn't make it. And then this the bad part. Cleveland gave them the ball again on the 2-yard line, which is basically 14. And they ain't counting the other interception they brought back. But all I'm telling you is this one here. He didn't have to do anything. He had to do absolutely nothing. The only thing he had to do is get out the way and hand the ball off. And that's what he did. Congrats, Dillon. You did what a sous chef does. A sous chef gives the chef everything they need. They shut up in color. Back to you, B-Boy.
Okay, you're right, Steve. You did everything good. They asked him to do in that kitchen, make an egg. Hey, where the salt at? There ain't no pepper on this thing. You didn't ask for none, coach. But here is Rizzo. He called him out, y'all, on ESPN Cleveland. Check it out.
Gabriel's depth of target, 6.1 yards, lowest in the league. They're not going downfield. They're come on. They're dinking and dunking. Now hold on. This kid was what happened to the super processor? What happened to the super processing that I was told about in training camp by every beat reporter, including Grossi? Where's the super processing?
Yeah. They won't know where that super chit at. Where that super at? They told us all season, JR. All season that he was farther along than Shedeur Sanders.
That's it. That like Unc said, man. They good at selling stories, man. Selling secrets, man. That was the secret, right? He's a super computer. He has a processing point that's faster than all the other quarterbacks in the QB room. Where is that, man? 6.1? 6.1? Wow. You know, so look, it's not much to be said, man. I called the game last Thursday, and I said, look, it's going to be a whole bunch of handing that ball off, and that's how they're going to win that game. And it's just ironic to me that throughout training camp, they saw the same thing that they're seeing now on the field, but yet Kevin Stefanski is smiling this big, arms this wide, to say, "Hey, you're doing it. We got to keep doing that." And everybody else like, man, we just played the Dolphins, man. Chill out. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a humbling experience next week when they play the Patriots. So you know, it remains to be seen.
Yeah, JR, he was laughing, man. He was laughing his butt out when Dillon came up there. That smile. I said,
hey, man,
what the hell?
Man. Good job.
We winning. Hey,
what are you
doing? Uncle Steve, when you get a win, man, shit, you gotta laugh sometime.
Yeah.
Cause they were killing him last week.
I will tell anybody, it's hard to win in the National Football League, and they should celebrate their win like any other team. Because at the end of the day, you're grown men, you're competitive, and the defense want to win. The defense ain't coming out there. And then you got incentives. Man, you got people, it's money on the line and their jobs on the line.
Yeah.
You got people right now out of work. And in the NFL, it's not for long. If you sit up there and you get that losing going and people watching your tape and they see that you giving up and stuff like that, you're not getting another job. Because those coaches going to talk. The coach, they going to call Steph Nasty. He going to say, hey, this one here give up on you. If you get down, you don't want him on your team because he'll give up on you. So all I'm saying is this one here, man, I celebrate him because my thing is this one here. If you can't beat the Dolphins team, which really is a dead team, especially when it's cold and wet, man, people need to Google the Dolphins record when it's cold. They are horrendous. It don't make a difference if you go back to Dan Marino days. When it's cold, they do not win. They pack it up. They like birds in Florida. They get to flying. They going south. They ain't going to the cold weather. They going south. So but I congratulate them, man. I don't knock people when they win because just like Colorado, it's hard to win, man. So when you win, kudos to them. But I'll tell you this here, it just reminds me, they didn't have to do much. All they needed was a post, and they had a post, so they won. Congrats to them. But I tell them what, next week, if they win next week, I will say Steph Nasty did something. But I can tell you, it's gonna be a long week next week. Back to you, B-Boy.
Oh man, yeah, you're right, man. After I saw this play right here, and I thought about what my man said, where that supercomputer at, and I saw this play right here.
Tell who it was Judy. So Dotson, he's trying to get out to his back.
You don't need no supercomputer to throw a 5-yard pass. I'm just saying. You don't need no supercomputer to hit a running back out of the backfield.
Tell who it was Judy. Judy. So Dotson, he's trying to get out to his back.
But he more accurate than Shedeur.
That's what they say.
JR, I want you to hear this.
Look good. They're not going to give up on him too quickly. And that would probably open up a can of worms for them if they start throwing Shedeur in there, even in spot duty right now. So I'm not really feeling that or really seeing it. But I will say this. In practice, Shedeur Sanders has been making a ton of progress. He looks really good. I've been saying this over and over again. If you put Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel side by side or one after the other in a 7-on-7 red zone drill, I think that Shedeur would probably win that drill much of the time. Or if you put them up against each other in a pockets drill where you're throwing the ball into the little pockets in the net, I think Shedeur would win that a lot of the time. But
Yeah. She's saying all that now. Like we didn't know that from preseason. Like we didn't know that during training camp. Only thing is they seeing the writing on the wall that who they promoted all year long in a game where it counts when they going up against another opponent that's not on their team, they seeing the outcome of it, and they know Shedeur gonna get in there and fin the ball out, and they know that owner said we gonna see Shedeur.
Yeah. Look, during training camp, man, you can script whatever you want, right? You could when they going through those plays, you can script things to make it easier or harder, whatever you want to do. But what you cannot strip is technique. You can't script technique. Either you got it or you don't. You can't script accuracy. Either you got it or you don't. So that goes a part of Shedeur's like whole makeup. Look, he's accurate with the ball. He's technically sound when he has the time to go and put the ball in the air. And all throughout Dillon's career, that has never been the case. It's never been the case. So, like I said, when you're looking at training camp and they're scripting the plays and Dillon coming out and he looking good and he doing this, and yeah, because it's scripted. But when it's off script, you know, when it's like, all right, well, we got him going against the ones. Let's see how he look. And then the infamous QB tracker come out and he's throwing for 54%, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Then it's like, man, like what's going on? Look, man, you can't make these things up, man. So obviously Kevin Stefanski was scripting things to make his guy look good. And then you admonish Shedeur and you send them downfield to throw to the trainers and throw the ball in the trash can and do all of that stuff because it's scripted. Training camp is scripted. That's what it is.
B-Wise, put Kimberly's comment back up there because she said it all. She said it all. She said it all. Put Miss Kimberly up there. Miss Kimberly, what she said, that's what I'm talking about. Because I'm telling you right now, I don't give a about what she talking about anyway. She ain't nothing but messy. She messy and she trifling. I'm going to say she messy and trifling. She trifling because now she going to do that turn in which they always do. They call it. Oh, here you go. We bobbing and weaving. We bobbing and weaving. We bobbing and weaving. And all she going to do now, she want to get into grace. She needs a little grace. She needs some grace because Shedeur is going to be the one that they got to go in his face and ask questions. And if he gives her the same heat that she gives him or treat him the same way he's treated, it won't be nice for her. Her days are numbered. And that's what she sees because at the end of the day, I call him 2. He's 2. I'm going to respect him. He's 2. He's 2 all the way because that's what he should have anyway. And if it's me, when they get rid of all these people, bring back 2. If you're going to stay in Cleveland, bring the 2 back. But with that being said, she's messy. She's full of crap. No, she full of the S. Hey, crap is a little bit. Crap is that stuff that the guy who had the crown on his head was shooting down the people in the jet. But she full of the real stuff, that stuff that smells. But I tell y'all all the time, they gonna piss in your face and they gonna tell you it's rain. My mama told me that all the time. She said, boy, don't piss in my face and tell me it's rain. And that's what they doing to y'all. Y'all getting here and y'all listening to this foolishness. We said it way back then. Let's go over the facts. Was Shedeur Sanders one of the most accurate quarterbacks in college football?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
So now they're saying that. If that's the case, ain't nothing changed. Was Shedeur Sanders zipping that ball down the field when he was in college football?
Yes, sir.
He was going downtown. Was Shedeur Sanders in college? I'm just going because he even showed it in the pros against the Carolina game. Does Shedeur Sanders always show you a couple flashes of he's him in a game?
Sure does.
Dillon don't. Dillon has players that show you that they're them because they'll throw a -1 yard and they'll go 99. But that's talent on the other person. Shedeur was leading Jim and them. Shedeur led that number 37 that they had on Cleveland team, pointing to him, told him keep going, and the guy made a fantastic one-hand catch. That's quarterback. That's the it factor. That's that it factor. And no one else has it. And what I'm telling y'all is this one here. Cleveland, you got your man. Y'all had LeBron James, and you ran him out of there because Gilbert, them, just like all the rest of them, they want the credit. They don't want the man told them, if y'all want to get rid of all this with losing, I'm the one to do it. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear somebody say, well, boss, I's act real good if you let me get in the game and I'll do what you say. Man, them days over with. Ain't nobody doing that mess. We gonna stand up loud and proud, and we gonna let you know. We gonna be respectful, but we gonna let you know. I ain't itching, and I ain't bowing, and I ain't scratching. So if you looking for that, you looking for the wrong one. If you looking for winning, that's Shedeur Sanders. And now it's turning around. But the key is this, B. Watts. Steph Nasty want credit for it. He want credit for what that man, the same man y'all criticize, the same man y'all talk about like a dog, the same man y'all say he don't develop nobody, the same man y'all said, what I like about what Coach Prime did, his son was treated just like a man said in the White House. He was treated very badly. But you know what he did was this here. He accepted he didn't accept it. He understood what they were doing, but he never forgot the assignment. The assignment was, I'm going to be the greatest quarterback that ever lived. And he understands in order to do that, I got to go through something. Shedeur, you got to go through something. Your testimony is going to be strong when you're doing your commercials because you went through something. They didn't give you nothing. And they didn't develop you nothing. That was God. That was God before you was even born. He gave you that. You need to read Ephesians 1:3. He already had it. Even before you was born, you had it. So all I'm telling you is this one here, people, we give them no credit. I'm gonna tell them, I'm gonna give them even worse. You could have had this earlier, but y'all wanted to wait. But that's fine. We here. We gonna wait, and when it happens, I don't want to hear none of y'all. Oh man, I knew it. Boy, it's just something about that Shedeur. Man, go kiss my and have a good day.
Hey, shout out to Don Adams for the $4.99. I'm like Don. Glad to be here on a Tuesday for that real. Shout out to Don Adams for the $4.99.
Appreciate it, Don. Appreciate it, Appreciate the $4.99 super chat. But JR, last one on the Shedeur topic before we move on. My thing is, I don't want Cleveland to wait so long to put them in. You know, players check out. They got a good defense. And you see how they're young running back running that football. If they put Shedeur in, and if they ain't got nothing to play for, you know, you can start getting bonus round in the middle part of the season. You know, if a wide receiver can catch 100 passes, and we know they ain't finna have them now. If a wide receiver can get 1,000 yards, we know they ain't finna have them now because they wasted with Joe Flacco 4 games. Yeah. Now they're wasting with Dillon Gabriel probably 4 to 8 games. But when Shedeur get in, they just ain't gonna have the same. I don't know. I just don't feel like they'll have a goal to go to other than let's play for Shedeur. And to some players, that won't be enough. They got a good defense and a good running back.
I echo the sentiment, B Watts. For sure, man. I had those same thoughts. Look, shout out to our boy Greg Said It. Let me put my Greg Said It thinking cap on real quick, my conspiracy cap on real quick. Now, if they wait to put Shedeur in to the end of the season, is that another way of them trying to tear Shedeur down after all the facts that you brought up, B Watts? Hey man, it's nothing to play for at that point in time. Players checked out. They're not gonna hit them incentives in that contract. So Kevin Stefanski might not be around. They may be in a new coaching search at this point. So what I say to all of that is 12 just need to go out there and provide his services to that team and to the rest of the league. We don't need you to go out there and be the hero. You already a hero to that fan base.
Yeah.
You saw the grandkids on the sideline with their grandpa, the owner of the franchise.
Yeah.
And said it. Who do that? So we don't need you to be the hero, Shedeur. You've already the hero in a lot of people's eyes within that Cleveland community. So all you got to go out there and do is showcase your talent. Cream rise to the top. That's what they say, Uncle Steve. They rise to the top. So I'm not worried about it, B Watts. Then already gave a sermon. It's already been written. We just need to wait for it to manifest. That's it.
Good
Because
point.
I think we worried about the wrong thing. It would make a difference if Shedeur played one game. And I'll put it to you this way. What is his, and there's nothing they can do about it. What Shedeur is gonna do is this one here. He just has to come out there. What I see is this one here. When Shedeur comes out there, he got people over there that's gonna go out of their way, regardless if they checked out for other people, they're gonna check back in. And they're gonna check back in because now they can show we can do some stuff. And when you have that, it's gonna provide other people opportunities. And whether whoever's out there doesn't make a difference for me. The game is the game. That what if you go and show Dillon's misses out there, you're gonna show it was some people wide open and he missed them.
Yeah.
And I mean wide open and he missed them. That's what they're looking for. So regardless, if Shedeur goes out there, he goes out there, especially with the running game they got. I love the running game. So he goes out there and they're running the ball and he does play action, they in trouble because 12 gonna put it where it needs to go. So all I'm saying, as long as he goes in the right places, they can drop it all day. They can drop every ball he throws. It still doesn't make it. When we watch the tape and professional people watch the tape, they're watching, is he doing the right check downs? If he's going to the right direction with the call, is he looking off people? It's how he looks out there. And that's what they're looking at. So I don't worry about the noise. The noise means nothing. They always set us up for failure. But even when they used to give back during the old days, people, y'all don't know nothing about this. Back during the old days, they gave people that worked for them, they called them slaves back in the day. They gave them the worst parts of all the pigs and stuff like that and things like that. But they didn't realize them grandmamas start cooking it and it starts smelling good, them greens and stuff like that. And they looking hot. That tastes pretty good. And they realize we can't get y'all that no more. Y'all done made that the best part of it. So now all I'm saying is when they give us mess, we turn it into greatness. So all I'm telling, let them keep giving it to us because all we do is fix it. We make it better. And then they want to go and take credit for it, just like everything else. So Shedeur, you don't have to prove nothing to anyone. Just be you. And I tell young folks all the time, why is it that they, and I think we do a bad job of this too, B. Watts. Why are we telling our kids they got to be better than somebody else? They already better than them.
Right.
I'm gonna tell them, be the best you can be.
Be best you.
Be the best you can be. You don't need, because we already know on anybody's child, white, green, yellow, That child is the greatest thing because they're made out of the image of God. So you are the greatest already. So I don't need to tell you to be. And 12 needs to realize you don't need to come out there and be better than Dillon. Be you. Because when you're you, Dillon can't hold your jock strap. Well, he really can't because he need a ladder to get up there to hold it for you. But that's another story. But with that being said, I'll tell you this one here. Let's relax, let's enjoy the ride, and let's see the lies as they come. Because boy, this story is gonna be funny. He's gonna be hugging Shedeur. He's gonna be over there. I knew it. We worked with him, and this was the game plan all along. They doing this here, giving each other high fives, and I'm gonna be sitting over there like, boy, I tell you, the Cracker Barrel is full. And there they go right there. Back to you, B. Watts.
boy, you hit the thighs, boy. You and JR hit the thighs in the night, boy. I said, God, you right, y'all own him, boy. Hey, Kevin Sylvester, they on your head on him, big dog. They are on your head. Well, fam, we got to switch away from Shedeur because we at almost 20 more minutes. We got to talk about Colorado and the Utah football team that's coming up. Football game coming up. Well, let's make that pivot, fellas. When you look at this game coming up with Colorado, they're just coming off a bye. Last year, when they came out by, well, I know that last year team, same team, they don't do good. But what I'm looking at for as team chemistry-wise, they beat a team in Iowa State. Was a good team. That's something they could build off of if they stay focused. Look like I seen Block Bully. He gave a speech to him. But JR, when I'm looking at Colorado and Utah, they got to stop that quarterback. Dampier. Got to.
Yeah. The power run for Utah is unbelievable. Look, they number one in the Big 12 when it comes to running the football. And if I was just to take a wild guess, I would probably say CU is last in stopping the run in the Big 12. If I'm just taking a guess, I ain't looked at the stats or anything like that, but I'm just taking a hypothetical guess based on what my eyes have shown me over the past few games. So, look, something got to give. And if you're coming off of a bye week where you've had ample time to prepare, to defend that team's best option and neutralize that best option, then you got to go out and put your best foot forward. And I think that's what Shedeur was saying to those guys. Look, man, it's about putting your best foot forward every single day you in this facility. Because when it's over, it's over. So putting their best foot forward in this game against Utah, whether Dampier plays or not, I don't think that changes anything for Utah. They still gonna run the ball. And so Coach Prime said it during his press conference today. Look, we don't need to prepare for this quarterback or this. We just need to prepare for the opponent. So preparing for Utah's run is the biggest thing. And then what Coach Prime did the week prior as far as coaching, having Pat Shurmur take risk, high risk, high reward. That's how you beat Iowa State. So you got to bottle that up, and you got to use some of that high risk, high reward going into Salt Lake, taking on the Utes on the field.
Hey, this is what I saw pertaining to that B. Watts. Somebody put on there Coach Hart. Coach Hart was funny. They must have told Coach Hart they're gonna furlough his ass. But Hey, they told
JR and Steve.
they must have told him they were gonna furlough him. Because that he was on there coaching. He was on there talking so much. I said, good God Almighty. Go ahead, Coach Hart. And that's what they're missing. It ain't the fact that he was talking. It was the fact that Coach Hart believed what he's saying. See, it's a difference. Some people talk and they just run in their mouth. Coach Hart really believed what he's saying. And he will hit you straight in your mouth just like he say. He just one of them dudes. He will do it to you. And you'll be sitting there like, wow, Yeah, I hit you in the mouth and I hit you again. What you gonna do? He'll slap the taste out your mouth. But getting back to the Utah game, B.Y. Shedeur told them they're missing that physicality. They are not, he said when he told that dude, when was the last time you was fighting somebody? And it's amazing after he said that, the next well off, what did you see?
I'll fight.
They were fighting. They were over there fighting. They taking off my boy, the Seton Express helmet, and then Seton talking about he ain't gonna let him hit his quarterback and stuff like that. They were fighting. You need some Charles Haley's out there. And I'll tell you this one here.
Yeah.
This is the biggest thing they're missing when it comes to physicality. If you remember last year, that tent came up a lot for the opposing team. You haven't seen that this year. You see, if those quarterbacks was running against Hill, Green, and Bentley the way they doing against this team, they'd be in the emergency room. You can do that, but you're not gonna make it the whole game. Quarterbacks didn't make the whole game running the way they did on this team. This team do too much thudding. They need to be hitting. It needs to be, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna put. This is what I don't understand. You'll do silliness, jump offside, but you won't. I'll tell y'all something. That boy for Utah, number 8, they middle linebacker. He hit that dude so doggone hard he knocked snot bubbles out of his mouth. They called now he should be out the first half of this game because he got ejected for a personal head thing in the fourth quarter. So hopefully he gone for the first half. And I mean he hits. All I'm saying is when CU brings that physicality, and CU comes to play. And let me tell CU something. CU, let me educate y'all. Y'all done played an 8-0 Georgia Tech team that's ranked now in the top 10. Y'all had them, you had them not only on the ropes, you had them down and out. You turn around, you had another team that went on there, BYU. You had them on the ropes. That's going to be a ranked team. So all I'm saying to you is this one here. You have done fantastic. You played with the big boys and you were beating them. You just beat yourself with turnovers and not having that confidence. You got everything you need inside of you. You just got to believe it, get out there and make it happen. And that's what they're telling these boys at CU. You only got 6 more games?
Yep.
Or 5? That's it. Your season over. All these seniors, I don't know what you're waiting back for. If it's me, and this is my last ride, I'm letting y'all know. Y'all ain't got no more free food. That's gone. You ain't got no more free housing. That's gone. Them snow bunnies going to be gone because if you're not out on that field, you're not going to have them either. You might have one, but the rest gone. So all I'm telling you is this one here. All those attaboys, they're gone. Take advantage of your opportunity. That's all Coach Prime is telling y'all. But y'all sitting back, everybody want to be cool. Everybody want to sit back and be like, I'm the man. Sir, you're not the man. The one who is the man is the one who's sitting beside you who got 3 more years, who's going to be there, the JoJo Williams. Now, those are the mans because those are the ones who are producing and who are going to be coming back to see the Jordan Seedens. Those are the man. Those Merritt and McPherson, those are the men. Everybody else, you better come out there and you better show I'm for real. Because once this season is over with what y'all have shown other than my boy 88, Amari, y'all can get ready and say, hey, would you like fries with that shake? Because it's over. You better get serious and take this for real. Back to you, B-Watts.
Fries with the shake? Man, you could at least give them, you know what I'm saying, what's your air pressure in your tire or the Amazon gig. That ain't fries with the shake. Man, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, man, but he's crazy. Look at him, man. Also, K-Sop, the quarterback for Colorado, he got to come to play, man. He can't turn the ball over. Got to be the leader. You go as the quarterback play, though, at the bottom line. That CU goes, if he play good, do good, don't turn the ball over, they'll win. But he need at least 1, maybe 2 wide receivers. Okay, JoJo Williams and Omarion Miller to come and play with it.
Yeah, look, again, I'm not one to say K-Salt hasn't been consistent. Look, whether you want to lean on the coaching staff, play calling, all kind of things. But to me, outside of some accuracy, issues, the K-Salt has been, to me, a pillar of consistency when he's been on the field. You know what you're getting out of him. He gonna move the chains with his feet. He gonna hit the throw, or he'll miss. I mean, that's about as consistent as you can get. Now, the one oddball game, TCU, with 3 interceptions, that's an odd game. But leading up to that, he only had 1 interception. So everybody lost their mind because they did have the game in hand. They was up 14-0. He came out there and put 14 points up on them. And then turned around and then conceded the ball 3 times. So to me, look, one bad game, he turned around. Look what he did against Iowa State. He was the highest rated QB that week in the Big 12. So he's been consistent. He was consistent against Georgia Tech. He moved the chains. He got him up and down the field. He missed 1 throw, made it up with his feet, scored the touchdown. He can't help 400-something yards giving up on the defensive end. Tried to make a play at the end. Boy ran for 50 yards. Play got called back. He huffing and puffing. They still trying to run the play. So look, inconsistencies have occurred from the coaching staff, and it's trickled down to the players. But for me, when I look at K-Salt, he's been pretty consistent to me. You know what you get. When you brought him to the university, he was 64, 68% completion rate. What is he so far this year, B. Watts?
Same thing.
Same thing. So he's been consistent.
Yeah, I'm just saying he got to continue to be consistent for them to win. When they need to score, they need to score. They having problem coming out of the third quarter, scoring, and on that third drive. That's why I'm talking about you need to be consistent. If you can score on the first 2 drives, why you can't score on the third drive?
Yeah, look, and look, it's nothing you can do about it.
But some of it got to do with the play calling.
Yeah, some of it's the play calling. Look, some of it's the execution of the players on the field and things like that. But for me, the most consistent person on that field, it's been K-Salt when it's come to the offense. So we'll see what kind of game plan they come out with against Utah. But I expect the same consistency I've seen from K-Salt. Take it on the road to Utah. I expect the same thing, Uncle Steve.
All right, all the people in the chat, I got somebody who want to tell y'all something.
Hit the like button and smash the little and smash the like button and slap the notification bell.
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all,
So do what he said. Hit that like button. With this being said, when it comes to K-Salt, B. Watts, I'll tell you this one here. As we go, as Colorado goes, it goes as K-Salt goes. K-Salt got to come out there and play. And this is the only thing I'll tell K-Salt is this one here. This is what I'll tell K-Salt. You don't forget that your feet are your superpowers. Your feet are your superpowers. When you got those automatic first downs, it's 3rd and something, don't try to stay back there. Get the first down, move the chains. If he moves the chains, Utah is done. The next thing is this here. Sincere needs to get involved. If you're going to do it, we need to get vertical. And what y'all have noticed is this here, and I'll tell anybody, if you notice with these defensive backs and these officials, if you're going deep and it's one-on-one, I don't understand. If it's one-on-one with anybody, you're getting a flag. And if you're getting a flag, what are you doing? You're going to get a flag, period. And the guy is 6'5". If it's Sincere or JoJo and it's one-on-one, I'm throwing, I don't care what the call is. We're going deep. Because with that, and the only thing I will add to Salt is this. Salt, don't throw the ball out of bounds. Throw the ball in play if you're going deep. Make sure you're able to get the flag, because if you throw it out of bounds, they're not going to call it penalty. Keep it in bounds, keep the person in play, and use your legs. If they do that, I got a feeling they're gonna run Utah out of the building, because Utah just plays smart. And I watched that quarterback. He's hurt too. I wouldn't play Dampier. He might not play, but if he does play, he's an injured bird. That boy BYU played him like a fiddle. They gave that boy 7 and 8 seconds back there, and he couldn't hit the side of a barn. So all I'm telling you is this one here. If you keep him in the pocket and just get some and linebackers, please, for the love of Jesus. If y'all have that middle open, I'm turning my TV off and I'm done with y'all. And I mean it. I'm done with y'all. Do not let the middle of the field get open trying to be cute. Stay simple. Go zone. Stay zone. Keep them linebackers up the middle. Keep Bayard up there too. 3, because that should be 3 in the box, and play a zone. And make it simple. And if you make it that simple, you'll get off the field. Don't do those stupid penalties, late hits and stuff, and see you should roll. Because it ain't complicated. This is simple. This is simple. Play smart football, complimentary football. And the next thing, give the ball to Hayden. Give the ball. Don't come out there. Give the ball. And then what I like too, my boy back, 26. And 26 looked like he looked like he walking on ice. He looked like he walking on ice out there. So all I'm saying, if you got 26, why don't he run the option with 26? Can you imagine K-Salt and him running the option? You go and stop K-Salt pitch it back to that boy, and that boy on the edge? Come on, folks. It ain't complicated. Back to you, B-Watts. I ain't got time. It ain't complicated, man. It ain't complicated.
He said, man, I ain't got time. Hey, want to thank a new member, Miss Leda Ellis Canada. Appreciate you for joining and being a membership Sports Talk with B-Watt. Appreciate y'all for that. Yeah, JR, when we look at the defense, but they still giving up 400 yards, big dog. Man, what's really going on?
Yeah, look, it's hard to win when you're giving up 400, man. It's hard. Like you playing at a deficit at that point. And for the crazy thing is they giving up 400 yards, they're still in the game. But now you expect your offense to be putting up 500 yards, all-purpose yards. And that's not highly likely. That's not how football is played. So the defense they got to tighten up, man. They have to. Again, Utah is going to do what they do best. They will run the ball, and they're going to run the ball pretty consistently, especially if you have that freshman back there. So if Dampier back there, they running the ball.
They sure will.
Like one leg, he'll be out there with one leg running the ball because that's just what they do. And Unc called it out. Look, BYU just stayed in the zone, and he couldn't throw the ball in the ocean. He just couldn't do it. And the ocean always open. It's wide open. So it was, look, BYU gave you the recipe. What's the coach name? Solani Ataki or something like that. He gave you the recipe. Look, man, play a little zone, blitz a little bit, keep the QB off balance, but stopping the run is key. And hopefully the bye week has allowed CU to, 1, get healthy. I believe that to be true. And 2, really strategize to say, hey, this is the game plan. This is how we will beat this team. And if there's any surprises when you show up to that stadium and whoever's at QB out of body and just throwing it all over the field, then you make the adjustment and go from there. But teams usually stick to what they do best, and Utah gonna run the ball.
JR, boy, you just told them what the key is. The recipe is that. It's KFC, baby. It's the original recipe. And they need to come out. First, they need to come out and say, hey, we gonna stomp Utah. That's the first thing they got to do. And then they got to put it into action. But all that talking and everything else, they got to be physical. Utah is gonna be physical because what people have said, if you get physical with Colorado, they'll lay down. When the fourth quarter come, they'll lay down. That's what they say. Because look at all their games. Georgia Tech, fourth quarter. keep pounding, they lay down. You go Houston, keep pounding, they lay down. You go BYU, keep pounding. And all I'm telling folks is this one here. You got to change that narrative, and you change that narrative by we ain't allowing you to pound us. We're going to be doing the pounding, and that's what they need to do. And something else, Coach Prime told them the defensive backs need to. But I will say this to Coach Prime. Coach Prime, you need to quit putting your defensive backs in bad positions. If they're not man-to-man people, why are you forcing it on them? They're not you. Give your team. Your team have showed you what they are. They showed you that they need to be in that zone, play the zone, and win. If it's about winning, I'm switching to what my players do best. And they do not do well in man-to-man. You might get a couple plays, but every time we turn around on third down or third and 15 and they throw the ball, that flag coming out. We already know. And we know which side it's coming on. It's a zoom. You know, it's like, hey, it's like he's dancing. So you already know it's coming out. Stop it. If it's about winning football, let it be about winning football. Because I tell people, you can't win in places. You're winning. People are winning in Indiana with that same Benson that played for Colorado.
Yeah.
And they smoking people. And they ain't got number 3 stars and a couple 4 stars. But they're well coached. When a coach understands what their team is good at, skip all the. See, this is where I'm trying to go with CU sometime. Who cares how you look? It's about winning, baby. If it's about winning, let's win. Let's care less about how you look. You can start that next year because when Juju comes, it's going to be about looks. Because Juju can throw that ball. And people love that. Right now, it's about nasty smash mouth football. That's what CU should be doing. They should be playing. You know, it's amazing. Look at Michigan. Michigan got a freshman quarterback, but Michigan understands what they do well. They run the football and they play physical defense, and that's what Colorado should do. Because if you got the talent that Colorado has, you got the physicality that they have, and you have the offensive line playing the way they playing, that's your recipe. This can take you to a bowl game, and not only a bowl game, win it. And it sets you up next year bigly because people are going to want to come because they're seeing you understand and winning is key. That's all I'm going to say, and I'll leave it as that. If it's about winning, I just told you the recipe, just like I told Shedeur when it comes to him. Just being smart and doing the simple plays will go a long way. Home run is pretty, but sometimes, baby, let's get home safe. We don't have to go 100 miles per hour. Let's just drive the speed limit. Back to you, B-Wise.
All right, fellas. That's our end of our CU topic. Let's switch over for the last 5 minutes. Talk about this NBA basketball. See what y'all know about that. The Houston Rockets are leading at halftime, JR, 57-51 against the world champs, Oklahoma Thunder. What you think and what you think about the outcome of the game gonna be?
Look, I don't want people to think I'm stuck or pause. I just want y'all to see the Rockets. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, so look, man. We got a heck of a coach, man, in Ime Udoka. And I believe we picked up the missing key that we needed last year. We needed somebody that can put that ball in that basket. And that's what Kevin Durant can do. Look, he a hired hand.
Your coach can do it too.
Who?
Your coach can do that too. Ask the Boston Celtics president.
Hey, I don't know what the man do on his own time, but he was getting busy back in his day, huh? But look, we hired a hired gun, man, and Kevin Durant, and it's looking real good for Houston, man. It's looking real good. If we don't get to the Western Conference Finals, to me, the season's a failure. Now, I won't go out of body and be like, yo, we winning the championship. But for sure, the Western Conference Finals, we should be there because we had the makeup of that team last year to be there. It's just when we got into the playoffs and we got in crunch time, there was nobody that could put the ball in the basket. And I think we stay healthy this year. We got there with Kevin Durant. So you see it right there. Rockets gonna win tonight. I got my little parlay put in, man. It's looking real good for me right now, y'all. So it's on and popping this NBA season, that's for sure.
Let me ask you this, Uncle Steve, before we get off. What you think about the Lakers tonight? Think they're gonna win tonight without LeBron?
What I would say what Whitney Houston would tell you, hell to the no, but that's another story. So I'll leave it as that.
Yeah. That's a way to end the show, then.
Oh man. He said, hell no.
Man. Oh yeah, no. He said hell to the no, not without LeBron. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show tonight. We want to thank J.R. Boston and Uncle Steve for another one. I'm talking about another excellent, great show tonight from these two gentlemen. Give it up to them in the chat. Let them know how much you appreciate J.R. Boston and Uncle Steve. J.R., give us the last word and we out of here.
Hey man, again, B Watts, is always a pleasure, man, coming up on this illustrious platform that you have curated, man, giving us the opportunity just to be brothers, talk ball, give knowledge, and communicate effectively, man. So I really appreciate it, man. Everybody in the chat, man, salute to y'all, man. Have a blessed night. Appreciate the support, but y'all know what it is, man. For the night, we ain't worried about what the Texans did last night, we worried about tonight.
Yeah. He skipped that part. He didn't want to talk about that part.
The city lit. Hey, Monday Night Football, we was on it, and then tonight we debut for the NBA on NBA. Hey man, you can't ask for nothing better, man. The city lit. Shout out to everybody at H-Town. Hold it down already. Y'all know what it is. 713-281-8332 in the building. That's all day, baby. That's all day.
JR said it all. Good night, folks. Have a good one. God bless.
Appreciate y'all.